everyone, this is Tracy Newman from the Navigators Tarot. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. You can also find me on YouTube as Sleepy Wisdom, and you can also, if you would like a personal reading from me, you can also find me at sleepywisdom.com. Okay, now, let's have a look at the masculine reading, the masculine energy for this week. As I've always said, the masculine energy lies within each and every single one of us, and usually we everything that we see in our outer world, of course, is a projection of what is actually lying within. For some of us, being the feminine, some of our projected masculines can be like a mirror, especially if you have a divine counterpart in your life. They can be like a mirror. Anyway, let me see. Interesting. The masculine energy, is a little bit hoity-toity, a little bit, there's a little bit of arrogance coming through, and a little bit of like, I'm not going to look your way. I'm not going to actually accept that gift that is being given to me. That's the general attitude, and that's the general message that's coming through. However, the Knight of Pentacles is here, and the Knight of Pentacles, very slow moving energy. Oh, and yeah, okay, right. There's also third party energy here too. Now, when I say third party, now, it can be celebration, but I feel in this instance, okay, so those who are actually housing the greater amount of the divine masculine energy, they've always had temptations that, especially in the last few years, that have really come up in their faces in the form of addictions, which can mean, sex, drugs, whatever, gambling, it doesn't matter, these are addictions. And they've always had this temptation that is constantly there for them. And even though the masculine has made huge headway forward, there is this propensity to become slack and a little bit lazy and just go back into old energies of these addictions that are constantly grabbing their attention and diverting their attention from actually doing any real healing work or inner healing work, or looking at shadow. It's really interesting. Oh yeah, but there's a tower moment, and the moon. It will be short-lived. They cannot escape what is actually going on. The moon energies are here with the tower, and if they do continue to not do the work and start to really look within, that tower moment, that moon energy in the tower moment is just going to drag them down. And it can lead to depression, it can lead to a form of breaking down, which can be a good thing. I mean, as you break open your own heart, that's when the healing starts to begin. And it would appear that, the masculine cannot escape the changes that are coming in. The masculine energies just can't. But he doesn't understand that the real trick to this is to surrender to the shadow or the wounding that's coming up that needs to be healed. The only way to do that is to basically go within and find the God source within, and begin to trust and have faith that that God source is going to lead him to where it is that he needs to be at any given moment. The feminine energies have already worked this out. The masculine is fighting against that, turning his back on it, turning his head away from it and going, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to do that. I'm happy to stay in these addictions. I'm happy to do what it is that I need to do. I'm happy to go and look for third party energies, that will distract me from feeling the feelings that are coming up that I don't want to feel because it's uncomfortable. And this is exactly what's going on in the masculine world at this point in time. 10 of Wands. He's creating more burdens for himself. And it's like a pushing back. I don't want this pushback. I don't want this healing. I don't want this, you know, I don't even want to look at any kind of, I will say, feminine energy that is going to transform my life. I don't want to look at the inner feminine. I don't want to acknowledge her for the gift that she is and the gift that she brings, because it will take me out of the world and the zone that I'm in right now, and I'm happy here. However, that world cannot last. This is a global shift. This is an inner shift that is happening within, but it also, as it happens within, it's also happening on an outer level, and there is no escaping any of this. So if the masculine continues to look away, the fall of the tower will be great. Yeah, interesting stuff. That burden will get heavier until it will crush him. And that's exactly what's going on right now. So yes, we have the Queen of Cups, which is beautiful, loving energy of the feminine. And, you know, he knows she's there, but he's turning away from her. But eventually she will have victory. There is nostalgia here. There is the Knight of Cups, which is the beginning of love too, feeling within himself. He will call judgment in upon himself. He will have to, because there is no way out of this. Something will happen within the masculine's life that, you know, anybody that houses the greater amount of these masculine energies. Also for any of us that have an imbalance with those masculine energies, you know, your psyche will actually ask for balance and will look for balance. So even though he's trying to ignore his inner feminine, that softer, beautiful side that wishes to heal, the healer, the nurturer, will have victory over all of this. So even though, and that may be, you know, his tower, when the tower falls, that may be the only thing that is able to drag him up and out of where he's placed himself at this time. Yeah, so, and he will call judgment in upon himself, because you cannot escape the tower. You cannot escape it. There is nothing to be done. The only thing that really can be done is to let go and allow. And that is exactly what the, because, you know, at the end of the day, the masculine at this time is looking for truth, not recognizing that the truth lies within. And, you know, the more he actually ignores his pain, ignores the addictions, ignores the wounding that comes from, you know, a very deep, dark place, those burdens will become so great that they will crush him. So, you know, at this point in time, that's the energy of the masculine. And but, you know, that small voice, that divine feminine within, that beautiful, nurturing, kind, loving nurturer, that, you know, that part of himself that wants to nurture and take care of him, will win through and will win the day. She will have victory over those darker energies. And, you know, there will be this nostalgia that he has towards his divine feminine, because, and, you know, as within, so without. And, you know, if the masculine has a projected, if there is someone that houses the greater amount of masculine energy that does have a projected divine feminine, his greatest asset will be to look to her. However, in these energies, there's a really high propensity for him to look away from that which will heal him, because it will take him out of where he wants to be and where he wants to stay, which is in his addictions, in third-party energies, and it's a distraction. So that's the energies for the masculine this week. Let's hope. And I think he's going to come out of it, because, you know, that tower's going to fall. It's going to fall pretty heavily, actually, too. It'll call for greater healing. However, at this time, we have the Two of Swords. He's not wanting to look. Yeah. But, you know, there is this King of Wands. This is where he wants to be. He wants to be this charismatic, very... the King of Wands is very action-oriented and very positive, very courageous, and, you know, doesn't stop for anything. He will just barge on ahead, and that's a great energy to come out of the Two of Wands, because the Two of Wands can't see, doesn't want to look, but the King of Wands says, no, we're taking action. We're going to be brave. We're going to be courageous. We're going to actually look at everything that is preventing us from moving forward, and going to take that leap of faith and move forward, because the King of Wands is very charismatic, has a great deal of, self-love and actions that within himself, you know, and also looks without and sees exactly what needs to be done at any given moment, because he's very action oriented, very passionate. King of Wands, you know, really wants to come forward in passion and love, and that will be the thing that will break through into these new earth energies, if he just comes out of those darker energies that are trying to keep him back, and steps into the King of Wands. Yeah. First, he must find the truth within and recognize that where he's self-sabotaging and sabotaging his own life. We all have these masculine energies within. Some of us have more than others. Some of us are quite balanced sometimes. It all depends. We are where we all are. But for the greater amount, for the masculine that holds the greatest amount of energy, these are the energies. But yeah, so it will lead to healing. However, yeah, you cannot stop the fall of the tower. If you are going to continue to look and be distracted by third-party energies, then there'll be nothing for it. If you are not aligned with the God presence, you know, you'll be slapped until you actually do align. And that can take dedication to self and to self-healing and self-love. Okay, so yes, if you haven't already, hit like and subscribe, and I shall see you anon. Bye for now.